Welcome friends to the video. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to keep hope when you are going through DPDR recovery. Hope is really important because without it, it can feel like all is lost. So some things that you can do and potentially also why you are losing hope. And for those of you who are new to the channel, then welcome. My name is Dan. And if you are a subscriber, then welcome back. Hope is really important when it does come to DPDR recovery. And I'm willing to bet that if you are watching this, the chances are you probably don't have a lot of hope, particularly if you have just fallen into this cycle or if this is something that is very new to you. Without hope, you're left feeling like your life can never change, like this is how you are going to be forever. You're not going to be able to experience the things that you used to experience with the same type of emotions, that you're always going to feel this scared, you're always going to have these symptoms. And I totally get those thoughts going through your mind and that feeling because I had all of those myself as well. And hope was very much lost for me at some points during my recovery as well. Without having hope, it can leave you where you are, or worse, it can actually make you go backwards and get worse because anxiety and DPDR is a mind game and it does feed off itself. And so if you are in a place where you are trapped, feeling like there is no hope, that's going to make you feel even more hopeless. It's going to make you feel even more anxious, more worried about the future. And so the symptoms are going to get worse and you know what it's like. One of the big ways that you can improve hope when you are recovering is to recognize and focus on the things that you can control. Because when people feel like they're in control of things that they actually have control over, then it gives them stability, it gives them more predictability, and it gives them a chance to think about the future in a more positive light, ergo it is going to start to give you hope. And what's really important here is that if you're trying to control your symptoms, I'll give myself hope by controlling my symptoms, this is not really going to work for you because you don't have control over your symptoms. So forget about trying to control your symptoms. Look at things that you can control, such as your response to your symptoms. And as a sort of general example of this, if you have a thought of what if, insert bad thing here, what if I never recover? What if I'm going crazy? What if I'm never able to get back to my normal self? What if I have this forever? There's a billion different ways that you can respond to these thoughts because those thoughts just pop in there. You don't really have control over those, but you have control over what you can do with those thoughts. And something that you can do to help you with this is to challenge them. So for example, if you have a thought of what if I never recover, you can just sort of remind yourself that, oh, right now, this is an anxious thought. This is a thought spewed up from my brain and my body, which is really magnified by the anxiety right now. And it's not really a thought to worry about. I do know that I am going to recover eventually because everybody does. So when you are having these type of thoughts, you can actually challenge them, question if they're true, question if you have the ability to be able to predict the future, all this other type of stuff. And I know that this might be easier done than said. Because when you are in the grips of it and you are in the throes of it and your heart is tight and you're totally anxious, it might not be, you might not feel you're making any progress when you do start to respond in that way. But trust me, you are. And the reason you are is because you're taking your focus away from the symptoms and towards what's important, which is things that you can control. Now, another thing with hope as well is that at the beginning, it can feel like no matter what you do, you're not getting better. And this is completely normal. Sometimes people recover a lot quicker in terms of they start to feel better a lot quicker and then they just slowly come out of recovery that way. Other people, it might take a little bit of time because their thinking patterns and their habits are just so ingrained towards everything which has got them into this point in the first place. And it's just full of bad memories of being in DPDR. There's not a lot of bright stuff actually in there. But once you do start to see that bright stuff, and trust me, you can and you will, then that is also an amazing form of hope. because you can have light at the, you can see light at the end of the tunnel. And what is really important with hope is that it does come internally. If you're trying to get external, validation or, external reassurance that you're going to be able to recover, then that's going to be okay for the short term, but it's not really going to help you in any long term. And I've done a video on that. You can check out that video on why seeking reassurance isn't necessarily the best thing. But when it comes from internally, when it comes from you, you feel it. You start to physically feel it. You can see the changes happening. And for once, for the first time, you can actually say to yourself, oh, maybe it actually is possible to get out of this. Maybe it is possible to recover because I felt a tiny glimpse of it. And that is going to be an amazing source of hope for you. So my friends, I hope this video has been really useful to you. And if you do have any questions, then please leave a comment and I'll answer them. And if you do want my help with your recovery out of this, then book a free discovery call. The link's in the description and also in a pinned comment, and let's have a chat about how you can get out of this yourself. So until next time, my friends, you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.